Hi everyone, I am Reuben Adepoju, a virtual intern at the prestigious HARLEM Solicitors and a 500 level law student at Obafemi Awolowo University. And in this video lecture, I want to speak on the topic legal framework on generator vibration and noise pollution at BTS sites. First, it is expedient to know what BTS site means and what it stands for. BTS means base transceiver station. And what is it primarily meant for? It is primarily created for the purpose of facilitating wireless communication between user equipment like phones, computers, etc., and networks. There are some things that are found in a BTS site, and they include telecommunication mast, sectoral antennas, waveguide, etc. And also there is generator that can be found in a BTS site. By virtue of section 34 of the National Environmental Standards and Regulations Enforcement Agency Establishment Act of 2007, there is the enactment of National Environmental Standard for Telecommunication and Broadcast Facilities Regulation 2011, hereinafter referred to as the 2011 regulations, which is solely for the purpose of catering for the environmental aspects, or which is primarily for the purpose of catering for activities that relate to the environment in the telecommunications industry. It should, however, be noted before going forward that this does not give NESRIA the regulatory power over the telecommunications industry, because by virtue of section 3 of the Nigerian Communications Act 2003, thereafter referred to as the NCA, it is the Nigerian Communications Commission that solely has the power to regulate the telecommunications industry. Now, going deeper into the 2011 regulations for the purpose of the subject of discussion on generator vibration and noise pollution. In Nigeria, it is a well-known fact that there is the big challenge of erratic power supply, and this has forced virtually all telecommunications industry in the country to resort to the use of fossil fuel-powered generators. And consequent upon this fact, there is the need for regulating the use of this generator in order not to affect the environment and create health hazard to people. So by virtue of regulation 9 regulation 3 regulation A, it has been provided that there must be a minimum generator setback of 6 meters from the perimeter wall or fence of residential premises, and in the absence of fence in the residential premise, there must be the minimum setback of 8 meters from the exact residential premises. However, there is a slight contradiction in NCC's guideline on technical specifications for the installation of telecommunications mast and tower 2009, hereinafter referred to as NCC's 2009 guidelines, in that by virtue of the said guidelines in section 13 subsection C subsection A, there is only minimum of 5 meters generator setback from residential premises. However, seeing that this discrepancy exists, it is advised that in the creation of a BTS site, there should be strict adherence to the provision given by NESRIA in the 2011 regulations, because by so doing there would have been an automatic adherence to NCC's 2009 guidelines. Also, by virtue of regulation 9 subregulation 3 subregulation C of the 2011 regulation, it has been provided that the installation of generator set at a BTS site must be done in such a way as to minimize vibration of generator set. Also, in order to ensure that the generator set in the BTS site does not create health hazard to people and to environment generally, it has been provided for in regulation 9 subregulation 3 subregulation D of the 2011 regulation that the generator, the exhaust of the generator must not be placed at an adjacent position to a landed property. Moving swiftly to the second aspect, which focuses on noise pollution. The same 2011 regulation provides specifically in Regulation 9 Sub-Regulation 3 Sub-Regulation B that all telecommunication companies in their BTS sites must make use of soundproof generators and also conform to the permissible noise levels that is being prescribed by NESRIA through the 2011 regulations. To wit, in the first schedule of 20 regulations, that BTS sites that are located at commercial areas, the permissible noise level is 55 decibels for the daytime, while it must be 45 decibels at night. And for BTS that are located at residential areas, the permissible noise level for day is 50 decibels, while it must be 35 decibels at night. And for BTS sites that are located at school and hospital areas, the permissible noise level in the day must be or must not exceed 45 decibels in the day, and it must not exceed 35 decibels at night. This is also in consonance to the provision of the first schedule of National Environmental Noise Standard and Control Regulations 2009 made by NESRIA also. Going forward, it is expedient to talk about enforcement. In Regulation 10 Sub-Regulation 1 of the 2011 regulations, it has been provided that where there is a case of non-compliance reported to NESRIA, there shall be an issuance of notification of non-compliance to the facility, that is to the BTS site. And after 14 days, NESRIA shall conduct a reinspection at the facility. And if the non-compliance persists, NESRIA shall again issue a notice of non-compliance to the telecommunications operator. Consequently, if it is ascertained that there is a gross violation of the regulations, then it will be deemed an offense, and consequently, as provided for in Regulation 11 Sub-Regulation 2 of the 2011 regulations, the telecommunications operator is liable to pay a fine of a sum not exceeding 5 million naira, and will be subjected to an imprisonment term of 5 years, or to both the 5 million naira term and the 5 years imprisonment term. Also, there will be payment of a fine of 50,000 naira for each of the day for which the offense committed subsists. In conclusion, it is expedient to know that the environment must be kept safe from the activities that are occasioned from the telecommunications industry. In several studies recently, it has been ascertained that several BTS sites do not comply to the guidelines, to the prescription of permissible noise levels by NESRIA, and so it is recommended that there should be stricter enforcement and stricter penalties for non-compliant BTS sites. And it's also recommended in order to avoid and minimize the effect of the use of generators to the environment. It is recommended that BTS sites should adopt the option of using renewable energy power source to power the sites. Thank you.